Are you ready to take your business to the next level and make the money you want so that you can create the impact you desire? Then you're in the right place. It's possible to run a successful business built around your life. Get ready for a little bit of tough love and a whole lot of strategy to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. If you're ready to get out of your own way and step into the role of CEO, then let's go. I'm Amy Traw, and this is the Motivated CEO Podcast. In today's episode, I want to get back to basics because at the heart and soul of lead generation is visibility. You need new people coming into your world on a regular basis because there will be a point when you can only serve your current audience to a certain capacity. So in this episode of the podcast, we are going to unpack super easy visibility strategies that will help you grow your business. And this isn't as complicated as everyone makes it out to be. And I want to also preface this episode by saying, don't put your eggs all in one basket. Yes, social media is a piece of the puzzle. Yes, podcasts may be a piece of your puzzle. Yes, SEO is a piece of the puzzle. But it's all of these pieces working together that when you put them together form a beautiful image. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Number one, my favorite way to gain visibility is through collaboration. Through collaboration, linking arms with like-minded entrepreneurs that share a common audience. Because at the end of the day, remember, we want to shift out of that scarcity mindset and into an abundance mindset. When you realize in this world, there's no shortage of business to go around. The opportunities are endless because remember, you are not meant to serve every single person. So even link arms with others in your industry. Get curious. There is so much power in collaboration. So you might be thinking, okay, well, that's great, but how do I meet other people to collaborate with? Especially in the online space, it can feel very lonely. It can seem like you're on this island all by yourself. Number one, you can just reach out to them. Just befriend them. Be a human. Talk to them. Engage with them on social media. Use social media as a way to connect. And then my other favorite thing to do is networking calls. I host a weekly networking call where you can join us absolutely for free, no strings attached. I host these calls as a place for like-minded entrepreneurs to connect and collaborate with one another. These calls aren't about me. It's about providing the space for you to connect with one another. And full disclosure, I'm an introvert. I used to hate networking, like legitimately to my core, I hated it. But now I realize if I make it about the other person and not about me and how I can serve them, like it gets easier. It gets to be fun. And I have met the coolest people ever through the power of networking. And so I host my weekly call, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time every Monday. But in addition, I have some other awesome communities that I absolutely love being a part of. I'll link a few of them down in the show notes, but one of my favorites is the Like-Minded Collective. Inbal does such an awesome job of just facilitating these connections, these collaborations. She has built this awesome community. And you can go to these networking events completely for free. They're twice a month. They alternate. I think it's the first Monday and third Tuesday. But I'll put the link in the show notes for you. So really be intentional about networking, getting in the room and trying different rooms. This doesn't even have to just be online. This can be in person as well. Most communities have several networking opportunities for you, whether it be BNI, whether it be Chambers of Commerce, whether it be a local business and bubbly branch. There's so many possibilities out there. It just involves stretching yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone and getting in the room. So my next way that I love to promote visibility is through a podcast tour. Because what this does is when you're a guest on other people's podcasts, it helps build authority. It showcases you as the expert because you're now providing value. So by providing value, this is making you more credible. And it doesn't have to be just podcasts. This goes for in-person and virtual speaking opportunities as well. You're speaking, you're teaching on what you know, and that is building up authority. You are positioning yourself as the expert in your field. So consider speaking opportunities and going on a podcast tour as a way to build authority and get seen at the same time. My next key to visibility is awareness marketing, doing things like giveaways, donations. If you are a local service provider, this was literally the biggest thing that grew my business, my very first business from the ground up. I would be very intentional and look for events in my area where I could donate a service package. So I ran a professional organizing company, and what I would do is I would look for the higher ticket auctions. Look for those auctions and fundraisers where it was, around $200 plus a head to attend these auctions. And then what would happen would be they would display my package there. They would put out, I had like business cards. I would do a little basket. I would do a coupon. I would make sure my logo was really, really prominent. So as people were going around the room bidding on items, I was showing awareness. They were becoming aware of my brand. So even if they weren't interested in purchasing what I had to offer at that given time, I was still like, oh, what's this? This exists in my area. I can get the same thing that they do on the Home Edit done in my house, in my city. So what I was doing was building awareness. Yes, there was an investment of time. It wasn't a direct investment, wasn't a direct investment of money, but that little bit of a donation of it, what I was able to do then is go in there, really wow the winner of that auction item. And I will tell you what, every single time, except for once, that one session turned into a repeat client. So don't discount the power of donations. Make sure they're in aligned places. And also, online giveaways. In the online space, this can be a great tool to help you boost your visibility. So consider running a giveaway. Make it something small and keep the process of entering the giveaway simple. People are busy. People don't have the time to like, follow, comment, engage, share with 8 friends, X, Y, Z, and then do a handstand when you're done. No, people are busy. Make it simple. But again, because they're sharing it out, because they're commenting, what you're doing is you're boosting your visibility, you're boosting your awareness, and therefore getting seen by your target audience. Next one, PR and media features. Again, if you have a local business or service, this can be a great way to drive traffic. Getting in your local publications, if that's where your ideal clients are consuming information, contact them, reach out. Again, all you have to do is ask. So often as entrepreneurs, we're discounting ourselves. We're not even making the ask because in our mind, we've already said the answer is going to be no. That's a self-limiting belief. That is a mindset shift that you need to make. And it's not always easy making the ask. But what can you do? Come from a place of service. When you're making that ask, make sure you tell the person and really convey to the person that you're asking, hey, here's what's in it for you. Here's how this collaboration will help you. When you come at it from that standpoint, it gets to be lighter. And you realize that these big asks that you have aren't really that big of a deal at all. You're asking for what you need, and that is a foundational human desire. While you're worrying about, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to ask them, honestly, it's harder for the other person to figure out a way to say no. So make the ask, because you never know what will come out of that. My next one, if you're a local service provider, local business, use that Google Maps listing. It is completely free, and I cannot tell you how many times I have clients that neglect to do this. What it does is, if you are local and somebody searches for, coffee shop near me, guess what? Locations in their area are going to pop up in those Google results. And if you really leverage this appropriately, this is where you can gather those ratings and reviews to bump your listing even higher in those search results. So don't discount the power of the Google Maps listing. Think about it. When you're going to search for something, what do? We pull out our phone and we look it up, right? We Google it. Gone are the days where you had to call up someone and find out, okay, where is this at? Or look in the phone book. No, we have this wealth of information right at our fingertips that we can leverage. And in the online space, make sure that you're taking advantage of SEO, search engine optimization. I am by no means an expert on SEO, search engine optimization, but use keywords. Know what those keywords are. What is your ideal client searching for? Incorporate those everywhere. YouTube and Pinterest are awesome SEO search engines. Think about it. When you Google something, chances are you see search results for Pinterest and YouTube appearing towards the top, because these two platforms are absolutely optimized for search engine optimization. And there's a way to even do this with your podcast. So I highly encourage you, dive in deep and figure out what keywords your ideal client is searching for. And then my final way, and I dive into this deeper in episode 239, but word of mouth marketing is absolutely huge. Consider setting up a referral incentive program. Or, hey, if you refer a friend, I'll give you 10% off of your next purchase. Refer a friend, I will give you this or that. Be creative with it. There are no rules. It doesn't have to be a crazy incentive, but sometimes just that little token of appreciation is enough for you to stay top of mind. That, oh my gosh, she really values me as a customer. So really consider doing affiliate and word of mouth advertising. So when you put all of these pieces of the puzzle together, they form this beautiful picture, right? All of these keys to visibility work. But here is the secret. You need to really have massive clarity as to where is your ideal client. Because what ends up happening as entrepreneurs, we end up throwing the proverbial spaghetti at the wall. We end up trying all of the things with no strategy behind it. So as you do these different tactics, I want you to track your metrics. Start tracking, where are clients learning about you? How are they gaining awareness? track the information and meet them where they're at. Once you have the information, you can double down on what's working and release what's not working. This is the key to regaining time and energy, because now you're working smarter, not harder. And this isn't just a one and done type thing, which I know it takes a little legwork, but you need to constantly review the data. I review this every single month so that I can look at trends in my business, because over time, consumer buying behaviors shift, especially in the online space. Things shift quickly. Back in 2020, you could put out a PDF checklist and have everyone and their brother opt in. Well, now it takes a lot more. You have to provide a lot of value before someone is willing to give you their email address in exchange for what you're offering. So it takes strategy. And the overall goal of all of this visibility, you can have all the visibility in the world, but if you're not coming to your clients, your potential clients, with a clear call to action to opt into that list you own, you're going to set yourself up for failure. All of the eyeballs in the world won't do you any good if they're just that, eyeballs. We want to bring them to a list that we own. Incentivizing that. If you have a product, trying a coupon or a discount code. If you have a service, make it a juicy opt-in, make it a mini course. There's so many different ways to get creative with this. That's the really cool thing. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But my rule of thumb is create something of value that they would actually pay for. Would you actually pay for your opt-in? That's how good it needs to be right now in the online space. So I hope this episode was helpful. I know I gave you a ton of ideas, and I'm here for you. So until next time, cheers to making the money you want so you can create the impact you desire. Are you loving what you're hearing? Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode.